We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy Tommy G here with the Friday edition of the Stay Cashin show. Evan, is my mic better today at all?
Your mic is significantly better. And
All right,
apparently we were just testing that pre-show because I left the mics hot for a minute.
All right, good. Is this good?
Yeah, you sound significantly better.
You're like I wasn't talking about my cock.
Yeah, seriously. We're talking about how Evan can't calculate units properly.
Yeah, that is true. That is what happened.
Evan's putting one unit on plus 7,000 parlays.
Hey, but if we hit, you'll be happy.
I mean, if we hit one of those, then me and Bill will
my job's only promote. I don't promote the losses.
We don't promote our losses. Oh no, only
when
winners.
we hit, it'll be 1 unit, but when we don't hit, it's
right. If we 0.1 unit, yeah, 0.1 if we lose it, and 1 if we hit it. Yes, the proper units are on the 4D Bets website, not Evans. Remember Kababble, Bill, when Kababble first started? It's units.
You didn't even know what it was.
He was making these fire soccer picks. He was absolutely killing it. And, he wasn't a sports handicapper or tout before, right? He just bets on soccer. So he just had the units all fucked up. It was so funny. We were fucking cracking up.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it was really funny, dude. It was really funny. So I have to move at some point soon. So, Evan, you're going to say move when I have to move. I don't have to move right now because we're not getting there yet. You will see at the bottom, which should be down here, the Tommy G Mayhem drafts, which we'll be talking about in a second. But first, let's bullshit a little bit here. No Joey Rackets today. Where's Rackets, Bill? He's at a fucking Orioles game or some shit?
Orioles game.
He's like up the street from us, right? Or is he in Baltimore?
No, he's in Baltimore.
Oh, he's in Baltimore. Okay. Why did he go to Camden? Why did he go to Yankee Stadium?
Because he's a Yankee. He's a Baltimore fan.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess that makes sense to go there. He brought his son?
Yeah, I think his whole family went.
Yeah.
Dad.
Do you all honesty, do you hope they get fucking killed?
Oh, 50 to nothing. I hope his son is so bored by the second inning that he's screaming his head off that he wants to leave.
Yeah. All right. If one more person talks about my fucking background on one of these shows, guys, I need 20 more hours in a day right now. Literally 20 more, not 5 more, 20 more to get going what I'm trying to create for you by the start of football. I can't even get anything set up. So no, I have a helmet. That's all I have in here. Bill's got to put my shelves in. Oh yeah, I have half a helmet. Oh, speaking of helmets, look at my new helmet. Check this shit out, E-Money. Fucking right? Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is a gift from the great Luke Hoffman.
Those are for little head people.
For little heads. Little head people.
Hoffman wore that in high school?
Autograph mini. Hoffman probably could have been autograph mini helmet from Luke Hoffman. I am now up to my collection. For those of you who are wondering, we are up to, I have it right here, 57 Desmond Ritter cards. 57 with some bangers on the way. I mean, some bangers, E, on the way. Some fucking, so we got some fire in here, some nice ones, but we got some bangers. We got some fucking rookie patch PSA 10 autos coming to fucking jack this collection up. Right now, we got a couple autos in there, a couple, but president of the Desmond Ritter fan club, I want you guys all to make sure that Desmond Ritter knows that I'm his biggest fan, and we will get him on Stay Cashin. That is a vow to you. I will get on Stay Cashin. We will get Desmond Ritter here at some point because there's no one bigger on the Ritter train. Evan, my goal is to have 1,000 Desmond Ritter cards. 1,000 by week one. By week one, I want 1,000 Desmond Ritter cards. I want to have more Desmond Ritter cards than distributors
have. I feel like he could turn out like a Mariota.
Or he could turn out like a fucking Joey Buckets.
Who's hurt?
Joe Burrow on our hands.
Who's hurt? Who's hurt?
But it's good news, though. It's good news.
Yeah, he's fine. It's calf strain.
No injuries is good news.
It was scary seeing the video.
Dude, I watched it with Hoffman. Hoffman showed it to me. Hoffman's going like this. Keep in mind, I just spent like $1,000 on these auto Desmond Ritter cards, like when Hoffman was here, right? Like right in front of him. So he turns to me and he's like, "Oh my God, Tommy, I have the worst news ever for you." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Football?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Quarterback?" He's like, yeah. I was like, do not tell me Desmond Ritter's hurt. I'm like, I just,
Holy shit.
I'm like, I got
Imagine
about
that, dude.
$6,000 worth of cards coming. I got fucking a couple grand here, and I got more than I'm going to be. Don't tell me that. He goes, no, worse. I go, he got cut? Like, I'm like, looking at, he's like, no, Joe Burrow. And I'm like, oh no, I fucking melted. So Joey Burrow fucking drops, my boy, my love child. I got some Burrows coming here too. But, oh, you know what else Bill Hoffman gave us? Me and Bill Rupp? Boom, little Caitlin. Bill Rupp, we got a little Caitlin Clarks. And I got my whole little fucking Jets soiree here.
I got
Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Brees
Oh.
Hall.
Hoffman gave me an autographed coup.
Autograph coup. We did a little box break, me, Bill, and Hoffman yesterday. Didn't really pull anything major. I got a Mac Jones out of it, but so we're gonna be ramping up the card shit, as you can fucking imagine. I'll probably drive the price of my own cards up by myself.
I've got a couple thousand worth of cards coming in the mail.
Yeah, Bill has like 12 boxes of Optic on the way or something.
No way.
Who goes online and buys 14 boxes of Optic?
It's gonna be ripping like a mother.
I mean, we think totally different, E. All I want to do is get the players I want and get as much and as many of them as I can. I'm a stock trader. So I want to either be right and flip it, you know, and have my own opinion on it. Like if Ritter goes off the first few weeks, his cards could go up 3-4x, and flip them and then keep the big ones I have. Or I want to invest in him and then hope he turns out to be a Pro Bowler and fucking has a great career. And then
I'm done. No. I'm done.
All Bill wants to do. All Bill wants to do.
No, I got 4 million cards in that room over there from 1988, 1990 that I thought was going to be worth millions when I was in my 40s. And you know what they're worth? Shit! So I'm done investing in cards. I'm ripping and throwing.
I'm ripping.
All I want is Wembanyama, and then I'm going to sell it. I'm done saving, thinking, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire when I'm 40. Look, I got 4 million cards, 5 million Don Mattingly's. Yeah, they're worth shit.
So that just means you're bad at predicting which players are going to be awesome.
So everyone else, all you morons, keep
By the way,
keep buying the flawless for $250,000 and everything. What are you, retarded? That card will be worth nothing in 2 years when the next one comes out.
And that's the head of our box break shows that we're going to be doing. But no, I actually do agree on some level. It's a major risk what I'm doing, E. I don't know how much you know about cards. The way you should do it is get into box breaks and get a nice plethora of like Hoffman's collection, right, Bill? Hoffman's got like some Justin Fields, some Mac Jones. He's got Wembanyama's. He's got a little bit of everything. Ghost, what time is it and what day is it? Bye. Everyone calls me. I can't even when I'm on my show, I can't get a break from phone calls.
like an evil
like a demon. So there's two ways to do this, guys, if you're collecting cards, and then we'll get back into the betting stuff. You either do what I'm doing and go all in, right, on certain players and just bankroll it, say, I'm going to be right on this guy, and I'm going to pay the dividends, and I'm going to get the dividends if I'm right. Or you do what Bill and Hoffman do, and you do mostly break. Hoffman's probably a hybrid of me and Bill, because Bill just does breaks. He just wants to smash a $20,000 Wembanyama card, turn around the next day, sell the fucking thing, and have a shit ton of money. So Bill's probably more of a day trader with it. I want to invest in the players that I love. Sometimes it goes wrong, like Bill said, where I do have about 257 Natron Means cards. Bill, do you remember Natron Means?
Yep.
Yes, I thought Natron Means was going to be the fucking best running back in the history of the NFL. I got stacks of Natron Mean cards that are all worth about 10 cents each. So I am tying my wagon to the D train, to the calm villain, Desmond Ritter, and I know this one's going to pay off for me. And you know who else I'm loading up on, E? I'm going to start. I don't need to rush before the season starts, but I'm going to be loading up on Zach Wilson too. His cards are like fucking here right now. There's nowhere to go but up.
You have to get the cards that come out right away and sell them, bro.
That's a different strategy.
Shit,
you're wrong. That's a different type of trading. Bill told me this when he was doing the stock market.
Sammy Bosa said, Bill, that's because those guys suck. Oh,
yes,
okay.
they proved to suck.
Griffey is the best fucking player in the world, and I got 40 rookie cards worth $100.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
What do you mean? No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Dude, it's a different era, Bill. These cards are fucking way more expensive. There's a Griffey. If you have a Griffey, Bill, if you have a 1989 Upper Deck 10 Griffey rookie card, it's worth $69,000.
Bro, they're worth $100.
The Topps Ken Griffey rookie, if you have it in mint condition, is worth $40,000.
$100.
Yeah, because yours are shit.
That's pretty
They're in
good.
shit condition. They're in shit condition.
For $100.
The Griffey rookies are worth a lot if they're in 10 condition. They're at least $4 or $5 grand, depending on which ones you have. But that was a different era. In this era, you should be flipping most of the cards that you're buying because Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, all these guys, they're going to be trash. They're not even going to be in a fucking league in 3 or 4 years. Mac Jones was going for he had $20,000 cards 2 years ago. Now it's Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's not going to fucking be a Hall of Famer. Stop it. Sell your Brock Purdys, but hold on to your Burrows. Hold on to your Mahomes. Hold on to Allens. Hold on to these guys that you know are going to have a long career. We will teach you how to do this. I am a buy low guy. I want Zach Wilson because his cards were $1,000 are now fucking $8 and no one wants them. That's when you buy them because like even Ritter, his 3rd or 4th round pick. All he has to do is be Daniel Jones and this whole stack of cards right here goes 10x. That's all he has to do. Because right now his cards are priced as Zach Wilson. Everyone thinks he's going to be benched by week 4. So if he goes even Daniel Jones level
I'm
good,
with the fly.
This is 10x.
I'm with the fly. That fucking Wilson card would be right in my fucking GT Pro Performer spokes of my fucking bike.
All right, let's talk about the Mayhem draft for a second before we get into the headlines and the picks.
Hold on. Nunko said check your text because he set up something for the Vegas thing. So if you're talking about Vegas.
Okay. All right. Good job, Ghost. Or maybe I should have let him on the phone for another minute.
Maybe.
Yes, I agree with you, Mike Smith. Burrow and Herbert are hold cards. Those are hold cards. So let me do this. Evan, I'm going to turn my thing. How am I doing?
Perfect. That's
Good?
absolutely perfect.
Look at me being a pro. Let me see if I can see it on the screen.
It's going to be
So,
amazing.
all right. So I sent out the tweet, guys. Head over to @TommyG_Returns2, and you will see. I'm going to pin the tweet right now for those of you just tuning in. If you want to party with us in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is how you do it. There's a pinned tweet right there at the top of my profile page. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So it's a pinned tweet at the top of my profile page. We have the Mayhem drafts are official. Now, this is Bill's still trying to get there. We're going to find out in the next few days if Bill could get a sitter for Jenna and how his mom's doing. So everything with Bill, Bill, you know we're rooting for your mom to be better all the time. As long as everything's good, Bill will be there. If not, he'll be at the next one. But right now we have GOAT, 100% confirmed. Scarface, 100% confirmed. Enzo Amore, 100% confirmed. WWE wrestler, my boy. He's flying out there and going to be in the draft. So if you want to draft with Enzo Amore, come out there. We have Healy's coming out. Ghost and Sinene are coming out. Who am I forgetting? Hoffman's coming out. We got a few subscribers that are already committed to come out. So this is going to be a pretty awesome draft that we have going on. What you're going to get, there's 2 drafts. There's one at 2 p.m., and then there's one at 7 p.m. There might be 2 at 2 p.m. and 2 at 7 p.m. because they're selling out. We're already almost full on both of them. So we might add another one next to it. But the one at 2 p.m. is going to be the $300 league, okay? So that's going to be
why do you keep saying 3? Because it doesn't say 300 on the flyer.
Let me explain. Just shut up. The one at 2 is the $300 league. The one at 7 is the $1,800 league. With all these leagues, there's a $149 fee that covers foods, beverages, all that kind of shit included. That's the admin fee. That's what Bill was trying to cut me off for. So the total comes to $449 for the one league and the $1,950 for the other league, or $1,949. Now, in these leagues, all the details are on the link on my tweet. And Evan, if you could put it in the description here, the link for the drafts. You'll go in there. Basically how it's going to go, we're all getting in on the 15th or the 16th. You're going to show up. You can meet us up. Maybe, depending if you're cool or not, we might hang out with you on Wednesday, but we'll definitely hang out with you on Thursday because we have to. We'll be drafting with us. We're going to be at Circus Swim. For those of you that don't know what Circus Swim is, it's the sickest sports book stadium swim out there in all of Vegas by far. This is it.
You're going to be sweating your balls off that day.
Shut up, Bill. I'm doing a promo. Can you stop shitting on everything I do?
Balls.
That's Circus Swim. So it's the one that you've seen online with the gigantic sports book. You've probably seen it with the 100-foot TVs.
Somebody throw Tommy in a pool.
Yeah, I'd like to throw you off a fucking bridge. So we're going to draft at 2 o'clock for the smaller draft, 7 o'clock for the bigger draft. Right after that, we're going to the Legacy Lounge. You're going to be hanging out with us. We'll have a little VIP party there. And then I'm getting tables at either Hakkasan or Tao for that night. So this isn't just a draft. You're going to be chilling with us, me, Goat, and all the fucking maniacs all through the fucking night till 2 a.m. Everything's on me outside of your flight and your draft. And then your rooms, we have a could I move back over, Evan? Is it still up there?
You're good.
All right. So your rooms, also we have a sick room deal. If you just go to the link, $300 for 2 nights. And you get a $75 drink credit, a $50 gambling credit, and a $25 something else. So it's basically $150 for 2 nights.
That's
all
wild
it is.
deal.
Yeah, it's a sick deal. So it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be mayhem. And we're going to fucking tear this shit up to the moon. So that's it for the mayhem drafts. Get over there. Sign up now. I know in our Discord, Night Ghost has set up. He said, Matt is all set up. I created a channel in the Discord for them to ask questions about Vegas. Tell them they can ask in there. So there should be a channel in our Discord. Let me just check. Vegas Fantasy. Let me move that to the top. So it's right up there above my bet section on there in the Discord. So if you have any questions about the Vegas draft, just go in that hashtag and Ghost and Matt will assist you. Let's get to the headlines. What do we got? By the way, we got Mickey. By the way, I mentioned it before. We got Mickey Gall coming on along with Constantino at the end of the show. So Mickey Gall will be on here in about 15, 20 minutes. Let's just run through headlines because we're behind a little bit.
2 headlines in one. Aaron Rodgers took a $35 million pay cut to play with the Jets this year. Absolute baller. And he wants talent around him. So Dalvin Cook is visiting with the Jets right now and is not expected to leave the building without a contract.
So who's with the Jets right now?
Didn't he visit him yesterday?
He's still there. He's still there. He's there at camp.
Sleep over?
What?
We sleep over?
I'm sure he has a hotel room.
Rodgers' bed? We sleep together?
Probably.
Honestly, the dumbest move in the history of football if he signs.
No.
He's not going to get any money.
He doesn't want money. He wants a ring.
All right. Here is a little known fact for you guys. The last time a Super Bowl team won the last time a Super Bowl had a 1,000-yard running back and they won the Super Bowl. A team had a 1,000-yard running back won the Super Bowl was 2016. So,
oh my God, then it can't happen.
Go ahead, get yourself a 1,000-yard back. And his name was Garrett Blunt.
He's not going to be a 1,000-yard back. You fucking
stat
reading fucking. Why
wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't
he? You saw a fucking stat on ESPN.
Why
and you think you're an analytics expert?
Why wouldn't he be?
Because of Breece Hall, you fucking moron.
That guy's injured, you idiot. If you listen, that is the football stories that are going on. Oh my God, you're so stupid.
So Breece Hall isn't playing this year? Breece Hall isn't playing?
Any of this stuff, and you're calling me an idiot. He is walking through the motions on the sideline. He will not be ready.
I mean, is this guy serious, Evan?
I don't think.
You want to make a bet right now? He doesn't play week 1. Let's make a bet.
Oh, we're talking week 1 now.
Let's make a bet.
You went down real quick. You went down real fucking.
Come on.
You went down real fucking quick.
Bet me on it.
You went down real fucking quick from he might not play week 1 to from he's not going to be here this year.
Wouldn't I say he's not going to be here? I say he's not playing week 1.
No. Okay, let's say he plays. Let's say
practicing.
Dude, he's questionable for week 1.
He's not even. I don't even think he's allowed to play.
Bill, let's say he comes back week 3. He's still going to prevent Dalvin Cook from being a 1,000-yard rusher.
First of all, Dalvin Cook, if he signs, he's an idiot. He should wait till a running back starter goes down.
No.
He's not going to get any money.
You go get a ring. Dude, he doesn't care about money.
He doesn't care about money.
No one's signing him.
Oh, my God.
He's been on the free agent market for months.
One running back goes down week 1, and then he's
and then he's got to go through a whole camp. He's got to learn a whole playbook. Running backs don't just get plugged in and go. They're not wide receivers. They're not fucking linemen. They need to learn the whole playbook. The thing you guys don't understand is a wide receiver can just jump on a team because in the huddle, when they call the play, the quarterback can just go run a post, right? It's literally that easy because they just have a route they need to run. Running backs need to learn the whole entire offensive blocking scheme. Mm-hmm. They need to pass block. They need to know where the linemen are going. Receivers can just go run and catch a ball. Tyreek Hill said he didn't know the playbook last year because you don't need to know the playbook as a wide receiver. You can take a wide receiver, put him in 3 days later. Running backs don't get traded mid-season because it takes so fucking long to learn.
You're the idiot watching me, you fucking retard. You can suck my hairy balls.
Oh, they're hairy because we're not sponsored by Manscaped.
So I love the Dalvin Cook thing. I love what Aaron Rodgers did. I love everyone fucking with the Jets. I mean, I fucking love it all. I'm gonna tell you one thing right now about the Jets. Okay?
Yes, yeah. Is he gonna play until he's 45? The guy's contemplating retirement for the last 3 years. Wait till the season starts and they lose their first 2 games, and he's like, "Oh, I want to go do drugs."
We won't if we have Dalvin Cook, baby. Let's go. I just want to remind you.
That team is going to be so bad, I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be so bad. Let me remind you of a couple stats here.
They might win 6 games.
Okay, well, guess what? In the first 10 last year, Bill, we won 7 games with Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, and Evan's love child, Matt White. Whatever the fuck his name was, Mike White. So we had nothing, and we went 7-3. We also lost Mekhi Becton. We also lost Vera Tucker. We also lost Breece Hall. We lost fucking everyone. We had no wide receivers. We had Corey Davis and Elijah fucking Moore as our 3rd and 4th best receivers, with Conklin being our number 2. Now we're adding fucking Mecole Hardman, Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, Uzoma. We're getting our defense back. Garrett Wilson's got an extra year. Sauce Gardner's got an extra year. We allowed one team to score 23 points
the
last 13 weeks.
Oh, my God. Your team's
We're coming for that ass.
Who's a blocking receiver?
Lazard.
Blocking receiver?
Yeah, he's not a number 2.
Bill, our number 2 last year was Tyler
That guy
Conklin.
sucks.
Tyler Conklin was our number 2 last year.
Sucks.
He can suck all he wants.
And you got a Buffalo team,
let me talk to you about the Buffalo team. Okay, you ready? Buffalo. Here's some stats for you, you fucking fag. Here it is. Defense, the Bills last year scored 18. Shut up.
We're not pulling people fags on here because I don't have anything to do with gay people.
Oh, well, that's your fault.
If they want to be gay,
if you watched my Instagram video, you would see that fag doesn't mean gay. You're a straight fag.
What does it mean? A cigarette?
Yeah, and you can be a gay non-fag.
I got
So, anyway, Bills, 18.5 points a game versus the Jets, Bill. 18.5. Dolphins, 14 points a game versus the Jets last year. New England, 16 points a game versus the Jets. All 3 of those teams.
They went 3 games and they went out scoring a touchdown. They're the worst offense in the NFL.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can't score on us.
It's 40.
They can't score on us. We shut them down. Our defense is better.
Tommy, if they score 15 and you score 0, who wins?
We win because we're not going to score 0 with Aaron Rodgers and our whole fucking team, you idiot. You can't just pretend we're scoring 0 points with Aaron Rodgers, you moron. Yo, I'm Justin Sports in the chat is right. You are a moron.
Tom Brady was 43 when he won a Super Bowl with the Bucs.
He's an idiot. Bill's a fucking idiot. Bill, we're putting a box of flawless on this Jets season. Get your ass back in here. I'm not done with you yet. Get the fuck in here and take your ass kicking like a man.
Stupid.
What are we putting on this season? I'm not even going to do it now because I want to do this Saturday live when me and you go live.
What's the Jets team total? Someone tell me right now.
Oh, well, me and you are doing our own bet. We're getting creative. We're putting a box of fucking flawless on it. I want your money. I want your heart. I want your fucking soul. I want your fucking ass. I want your dog. I want your dog.
9.5. Shut up. 9.5 is their total. I'm taking under. You're taking over.
$1,000 right now.
All right, let's go.
$1,000, and we're adding to this. This isn't the end of this bet. This is the first of many. Yeah, the first one, $1,000 done. I'm going up to 20 grand with you on that. I want your dog. I want Jenna at my fucking house after Aaron Rodgers whips his dick out and just start fucking smacking you with it.
You know what I'm taking? Jets under 6.5. Plus 490. Let's go.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm taking Jets over 13.5 plus 590. Let's go.
Give me Jets over 17.5.
NFL is on the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't tell. We're fucking in full NFL mode. Bill's just as dumb as ever. Let's get to some baseball here. We'll cover the rest of the headlines next week. Do we have another big one?
There's a whole thing going on with Naeem Hines. It's not a big deal.
Fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. All right, let's go baseball bets. Whew. I got to get my breath back. All right, Silly Billy Rupp. Let's go game by game here. I'm going to give you the breakdown weather heat check report. We got Mickey Gall joining us in about 10, 15 minutes, along with Mike Constantino to break down one of the biggest UFC cards of the year. Bill, I don't know if there's a card I'm more excited about. I mean, I am fucking Jeff. What are you yelling about now? I'm trying to calm it down. I'm trying to calm it down. I'm trying to bring the temperature down.
I took that UFC card last week and bent it over. It was the best. I had the best Saturday of my life.
And what, bounced on it?
You fucking
bent it over and bounced on it?
I took that UFC with.
Bill's fired up now just talking about bets.
He took his UFC card and bounced his balloon knot on it. All right, here's the heat check report. So Angels, Detroit, 79 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. 85 in, let me get this notification off. 85 in Detroit. We're going to hit that game a little bit. Mets, 91, big wind, 13-mile-per-hour wind blowing out there, Bill, that game. 91 and 13-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. That's hot in New York. 102, 6-mile-per-hour wind blowing out in St. Louis. Chicago, 81 degrees. Let's see.
Where's the Cubs game?
Hold on. I think I'm on yesterday. No,
did they cancel the game? What's going on? Why can't I find?
What do you want? Cubs?
Cubs,
St. Louis. 99. It's 102 degrees, 8-mile-per-hour wind blowing out.
Why is it not on
8:15 p.m. Cubs at Cardinals. Yeah, you see it? All right. Pirates got a lot of rain coming. I don't think that Pirates game is going to play versus Philly.
Marlins. My bets.
All right, come on. Marlins in a dome. Baltimore, where Rackets is, 94 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. And, Bill, you ready for this? 50% chance of rain. Please rain that game out. That would be the best thing ever.
Oh, my God.
I would fucking love it.
All right, so, Tommy.
Hold on. Let me just run through this, and then we'll go. White Sox, 70% chance of rain. I don't know if that game's going to play. Blue Jays in a dome. Mets, like I said, 90-something degrees, 8-mile-per-hour wind. Atlanta is hot. Atlanta, 87 degrees. Kansas City Royals, 99 degrees, 13-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. And Kansas, shitty. Houston's in a dome. St. Louis, 102. Colorado's 83 with an 11 coming in, but it's Coors Field. Padres, 73. Nice balmy breezy out there in San Diego. Arizona Diamondbacks playing a dome. Dodgers, 80 with 6. That kind of cooled off a little bit in L.A. And San Fran versus the Boston Red Sox, 60 degrees, as it always is in San Fran. Do they even have summer in San Fran, or is it just 60 all year round?
I think it just
rains. Tommy, are you on FanDuel?
I can be.
No. Was that where you're just looking at the games?
No. I'm looking at weather site.
Just go to FanDuel for a minute so I'm not losing my mind. The Cubs game's not up on FanDuel. Just because I think
No, it's not. I just searched it.
Pictures. It's not. All right. It's not. Yeah.
I just command F'd it. No. Yeah. All right. Let's go through some bets here. We don't need to go through every game. Let's kind of see what we want and just pick those. I'll run through them, but if you don't want anything, Bill, let's just keep it moving. I'm going to take a small stab on Detroit here. I just threw my fucking pen. Now it's stuck. I got no hip. I can't bend over. God damn it. I'm going to do – oh, by the way, Evan, I do have to break. I bent over. That was hard. I got a hip surgery coming. Dude, do you remember the move I was telling you about with that I'm – right back to football. Do you remember the move that I was telling you about that I'm going to put on Sauce Gardner when I try to catch a touchdown off him on May 5th at Giant Stadium? Which I am doing for those of you that don't know.
The hard cut, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm competing against Sauce Gardner to try and catch a touchdown on May 5th, and you can too. I'll tell you how. Another time, not now, because we did too many promos. What was the move that I showed you?
What, just like the cutback that they all fall for, like fake.
It was the shimmy swim, right?
Yeah.
Come with the swim move, right? Watch this.
Oh wow!
I've been studying.
This is the practice squad part.
I've been studying tape. You see that?
Oh shit!
Watch it again. Hold on. I still haven't replaced my phone.
Wow, when you go on FanDuel to pick a guy for a
hit him with it.
Their little picture comes up now.
I'm going to send it to you, Evan. You can put it on the screen.
Yeah, now that is also Garrett Wilson. Would you compare yourself to Garrett Wilson?
Wow.
Devontae Adams, maybe?
I mean, yeah, Devontae, yeah.
The little things just make me so happy.
Yeah, so, but he did. Here's the thing. He did use my move. When he beat him, the one that went viral, he did it after I showed it on Stay Cashin. He saw me on here, and fucking now he's beating Sauce.
Garrett, send me a DM
Bang,
if you want to be on
I'll
the
show you the
show.
slow motion. It's just boom, 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 swipe. So you come over, swipe, and then around. Or you can go hand check, grab the hand that's coming at me like this, push it, swim around, and then go past him. Boom, and then I'm going to spin it on him. I may punch the ball, Evan, because the worst thing I will do is drop the ball. So when the ball comes, I may just fucking punch it after I beat him.
Or if he intercepts it, that's even worse.
Or if I just spike it.
Oh my God! You said we had to hurry up, and you're
All right, let's hurry up. I'm taking the
Yes.
Tigers. Taking the
Most
Tigers.
boring
That's
thing
fun.
in the world.
We're having
Shut
fun.
up! I'm taking the Tigers.
Please.
Shut up!
No one cares about you catching a pass.
Yes, they do. Everyone.
Well, they don't.
Obviously, they do.
You were talking to Evan. No one's listening.
Is this
I can't.
Is this Stay Cashin with Bill Rupp?
See you later. I'll leave. I'll piece the fuck out.
Tigers plus 126, Evan. I'm going to take that. You're not betting that game, Bill. Bill, you like anything in Philly, Pittsburgh?
No, but the Marlins fucking traded for Robertson. The Mets just packing it in, I guess.
Why didn't the Mets trade for him?
The Mets had Robertson. I mean, you don't know anything about sports. You're an idiot. You're so stupid.
Oh. Oh.
The Mets traded Robertson to the Marlins.
That's mean.
Oh, God. Here we go. Oh,
That's
God.
very mean.
Oh, God.
Why would they trade the only guy who could get at people out on that team?
Bill, I've watched one Met game all year. I hate them.
They look pretty fucking good.
I don't even know who's on their team.
We have to go back to the catching a pass against Sauce Gardner thing. Tom Welch in the chat said swim move, hip dislocation, fall down, crying.
Well, that might be a way to catch it, though, because if I swim them and then hit the ground, if I tell my quarterback ahead of time just to hit me low and he throws it at the ground, I might be able to get him because he wouldn't expect that move.
So I'm on the Phillies first five in that next game.
Okay, Phillies first five. Let's go to the next game here.
165.
Yankees, Orioles. I mean, I'm on the Yankees, not just because we want them to win. Grace Rodriguez has been fucking horrible. So
Is Judge back today or tomorrow?
Judge is, let me see if he's back. I think he was expected. I know he's coming back this weekend. He's expected in the lineup. He's in the expected lineup. So if Judge is in, we're on it. So let's do it. Yankees minus 130, taking that.
125.
I'm also going to do it.
DraftKings.
125. Wow, 5-cent discount. Let's grab it. I'm also going to be putting Gleyber Torres in a hit parlay. So we're going to do Gleyber Torres, and I'm going to pair him with Freddie.
The Marlins want him bad.
Who?
Gleyber.
Yeah.
They're really trying to get him.
A while back.
Calling every 5 minutes for him.
Gleyber Torres and Freddie Freeman hit parlay minus 127. Been on fire with these hit parlays. Bill's been on fire with them all year.
Yeah, well, it's a couple days in a row.
That's all right. I picked up. I'm on fire right now with them. So.
Yeah, you're taking all my guys.
No, because you fucking suck. Let's see. Gleyber Torres, Freddie Freeman, minus 127. We're also going to go back to Bellinger here, right, Bill?
I mean, yeah, but he's not. I can't do it on FanDuel because they don't have the games up.
Okay.
He's
Evan, go to DraftKings.
On my sheet of destiny, he's the second highest person ever
Go to DraftKings.
all season to get a hit.
I'm
I
already
love
there.
him today. All right, Bellinger, Freeman. Bellinger to get a hit, Freeman to get a hit. Bill,
I
check
have.
that on DraftKings.
What teams are
Luis
there?
Arias was the highest. Bellinger second. Bellinger's on fire. He's one of my favorite players. I do have Freeman and Bellinger. I'm looking for a third, but I can't do it because they don't have Bellinger up.
I had a third. Hold on. Who was my third? I had a third. You have King Freelick playing tonight.
I'm not betting him.
Who was my third? I had a strong third. I'm trying to find it on my list here. I don't know. Let's keep it moving. I'll find it. So we'll get back to that. So Bellinger, Freeman, hit parlay. Just put it in, Evan. I'll fill the units in once the number in later once someone in the chat gets it. Bill, Angels, Blue Jays, Gossman on the hill versus Giolito making, I think, his first start for the Angels.
Yep.
What do we like here?
Well, I mean, Angels are winning. Plus 164.
Gossman, though, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not betting it, but that's
I'm
not,
going to lay
not
off
a fair
it.
bet.
Yeah, it's not a bad bet. It's not bad value. Giolito going there. I just don't like players' first starts. You don't know how he's going to feel, how he's going to react on the new team, and you're going against one of the best pitchers in baseball. So let's piece that one out. White Sox Guardians, you probably got a death wish if you want to bet on this game. Bill, I'm assuming you're saying pass.
White Sox Guardians. That is my hit parlay. I will probably have Josh Naylor as my other piece.
All right, you're not betting a side, though. I thought you were going to bet a side on
Checking
that.
it up.
Like,
Well, I might be
Really?
betting. I don't really like the guy Curry, I guess, who's pitching for them. But I do
Curry hasn't been bad.
I do like Cleveland a
That's
lot.
the fucking Xavion kid, right? Like Caxibion or whatever the fuck his name's got like 7 letters at the end of the alphabet to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. XZAVION. I mean, what a 3 of your first 4 letters of your name are VZX.
You know what? I am taking Cleveland.
Wow.
Yep, I am. Let's go.
Rupp.
Put me down.
Go Rupp.
Yep.
He doesn't like the Curry kid and then goes.
Just saw something that made it switch.
That's a man who doesn't know sports. All right. Let's go to Mets Nationals. Bill, your Mets winning again today. They got a little momentum. They need to string together like 6. Mets need to string together like 6 wins to avoid fucking apocalypse by the end of deadline. What are you doing?
Scherzer's been god awful on minus 198. No fucking way.
That looks trappy as fuck. I was looking at this
let
earlier
up
today.
4 earned runs in like his last 4 or 5 games. I will not be betting on it minus 198.
Yeah, that one looks weird, dude. Mets. This is a trap. I'm actually going the other way. I'm actually taking the Nationals in this game. I'm taking the Nationals plus the 166.
If you want to do some money, I wouldn't hate doing Nationals first 5 and then Mets for the game. I wonder
Mets bullpen is still a little.
I
know.
Well,
it's been better, but I don't trust it.
Robertson is gone, so that makes it a huge hole.
I'm actually going to do this. Let me do this. I'm not going to balls out here. I'm going to push up a little bit. Give me Nationals plus 1.5 minus 125. This is a bad bet if you're taking the Mets, guys. Mets started at minus 210, dropped to minus 190. The National, I mean, with 81% of the public on this. So we got 81% of the public on the Mets, and the lines dropped 20 cents. That is a trap. We told you the other day with the Dodgers, we shouldn't bet the Dodgers. Of course, I bet the Dodgers anyway, but gave you the great advice not to bet the Dodgers. Hopefully you listen. Do as I say, not as I do. But I'm not doing it again today. No way. That line's a trap. 82% of the money and 20-cent drop on the line. Nope. Give me the Nats plus 1.5 minus 125.
Evan,
we got to pace up.
I got to give him my bet.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Freeman, Naylor, Josh Naylor, and Bellinger. I don't know what it is because Bellinger's not up, but minus 136 for Freeman and Naylor, and then Bellinger, whatever it comes out to.
Just write it out. You don't need to, but they'll know what it is when they fucking put it in. We don't need to give them the fucking line. They're adults. Whatever it is, it'll probably be like 125. All right, we'll be done in a minute. It'll probably be like 125. Is Mike here too?
No.
All right. Text Mike. Tell him to come in. Let's see. We can bring Mick in first. Atlanta Braves minus 168 versus the Brew Crew. Bill, we hating the Braves here?
Braves been bad.
Braves have been bad. I mean, it's a tempting line. It's a tempting line.
Braves been really bad lately.
Now, there's another situation. 205, dropped to 175, 82% of the money. I'm not going to go against them, but I'm not staking that. That's a trap line.
I am not taking
trap line. Astros plus 100 versus McClanahan. Bill, we're going with the Stros. Rays can't win on the road usually.
The Astros did get some guys back.
I like it. I'm going with it. We unanimous here? A plus 100 on the Stros? Let me get that.
Well, I have to see their lineup to make sure everybody's in. So
I do not. I'm putting it in. Let's take the Astros. This game, Twins Royals, Singer Gray. I kind of want to take an alt over in this. I don't know if I'm going to officially put it out. I'll save that for the subscribers. I might go a little ham on this game. I got to do like another hour of research on it before 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So I'm going to lay off this for right now. But if you're looking for something to twitch with, I wouldn't mind touching it over there. Give me all the Colorado Rockies, Bill, minus 130 with Kyle Freeland. Against Oakland. I like that a lot. Rockies minus 130 in that game. Bill, anything for you on the Rockies or the Royals game?
No, I might have a total on that Rocky game.
All right.
And Minnesota's too high for me right now.
All right. Let's go. Arizona Diamondbacks. Snakes going against my Mariners. Minus 130 for the M's. Looks like a Mariner line. That looks like that should be, I don't know. That seems like a little bit of an odd line. Snakes at home, though, there is tempting. I'm just going to cross this one off right now. That whole line's confusing the shit out of me. I thought Arizona would be favored, and the money's going the other way. It's all strange. Anything there, Bill?
Nope.
Padres, Rangers. We got Dunning versus Musgrove. 2 teams that I've been betting on a lot. The Padres, who've been fucking me in the ass like Bill fucked the UFC card when he bounced on his chair. And the Rangers, who've been very good to me this year, but I don't like targeting Musgrove. Good pitchers duel here. 2 teams I'd want to bet an over on. So no play on this game right now, but we will be hitting Rangers-Padres overs Saturday and Sunday. I don't even need to see anything. I just know that the 2 pitchers that I'm afraid of are both pitching today, which means they won't be pitching over the next 2 days. And these games are going to go to the moon Saturday and Sunday. So write that in your little notebook and hit it tomorrow. Dyers versus the Reds, Billy Rupp. Dyers Reds. Are we going over on the Dodgers Reds? I am.
Yeah, Dodgers are 5-5 in the last 10. They were hot and then they cooled off. Reds, same thing. Everyone again in the NL is about the same. Around 5-5, 4-6, 6-4. So tough game.
Give me that 8.5 minus 160 e-money. 8.5 over 8.5 minus 160. I'm not going to lay the wood on the Dodgers. They're a little slumping. I may parlay them with something a little bit later, but I like that 8.5. And then we got my boy, my love child, the sexy monster Logan Webb, who got his fucking balloon knot shredded the other day when he pitched 10 runs in 2 innings. I think he has a bounce back performance. I like him again today, as I always do. You're going to win this bet more times than not. If he gets blown up, he gets blown up. I mean, I'm assuming last start was just an aberration and he's going to be locked in now. So I'm going to go Logan Webb over 17.5 outs minus 175. I'm doing it. You're afraid you're not doing it.
I'm taking Boston today.
Okay, so you're on Boston. I'm on Webb. We can win both.
Boston's on fire.
We can win both. He can go 6 innings and still lose the game.
Boston's a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, they are. All right, and that is it for the baseball rundown. Let's get Mick the Quick, Slick Mick the Ruler. And is Mike with us yet?
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's get these boys in here and let's start partying. All right, as we wait. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine.
Thank you.
Look at Mike. Mike, you look beautiful too. Mike, are you getting skinnier?
I am losing weight.
You had a lot to lose, so you're doing good.
Very good. You are a good analyst. I'll give you that. I got fat shamed at home from my 6-year-old.
I lost 15 pounds because my mom fat shamed me, so that's good. That's what you got to do. Mickey, you never get fat shamed, you sexy monster. What are you up to?
Nothing. I'm just heading back. The reason why I don't get fat shamed is because I'm on my way back from 2 gyms.
Yeah, you got to stop working out so much. You make it the rest of us look bad.
I eat like a crazy amount of calories, but yeah, all this work.
What's your calorie intake?
What I mean?
What should mine be? What should me and Mike's be?
I don't know. I don't know how much you guys are doing, how much?
Nothing. Literally, me and Mike do nothing.
I sit.
We sit. Sometimes we'll walk to the fridge, take a nice jog to the bathroom. That's about it.
Come on, baby. I'm ready.
Hold on. Did Mickey freeze on us, or is he duck facing us?
No, I mean, look at that Zoolander. Look at that blue steel. Mickey, your hair, your eyebrows, you're looking good,
No,
bro.
You're good now.
I mean, you're frozen like this.
Yeah, like a little Zoolander-ish.
Really? It was
Yes.
on purpose, guys.
Just for the ladies.
He's so
We got
good looking, he stops the internet, Tommy.
Yeah, we got a lot of women viewers, Mike. That's why he's doing that. He paused the camera. I know what he did.
He broke
Right.
the internet.
All right. So, guys, we got a fucking monster card coming up here, boys. Mikey, I'll let you kind of kick it off. I'm excited about this Poirier-Gaethje fight. I've been wanting this fight for a while since it happened. 2 fighters that are guaranteed to entertain, going to go bang against each other. So I'm excited for it. But, Mike, if you want to lead it off with anything from the last card, and then we'll kick over to you and Mickey. I'll let you guys rock back and forth with some picks.
Yeah. I want to actually, this is great to get Mickey's opinion on something, because first thing that we have to talk about is that this fight is at altitude here in Utah, and it greatly affects the way you fight. Mickey, I cornered Ricardo Romero in Denver, and I remember when I first got there, the first day, we literally walked from the hotel to the gas station, and you could literally feel it. I don't know if you've ever trained or fought at altitude, but I think that's going to really come into play on this card. So first, did you ever fight at altitude or train?
I've never fought in altitude. I've trained in altitude. I know being in Denver, just going up like the stairs of the hotel, I remember feeling like out of breath. When we were just in Medellin going up the stairs, I jog up the stairs and I'm like, whew, kind of tough, huh?
You really feel it, like in your chest, right? I felt it.
Yeah. No, it takes like, they say it takes like a month to acclimate. And I've trained with Cowboy Cerrone, and that's in altitude too. I don't think it was as much. It's like near Albuquerque. But I felt like that, like it kind of, I acclimated pretty quickly, I felt. But, the science says that you need to be out there for like a month to truly acclimate. So I don't know who's been training in altitude versus who hasn't been.
Yeah, I do think it's going to come into play here. And then let's kick it off with here, the main event, as Tommy teed it up. Justin Gaethje does train in altitude, in Colorado. So how much would that benefit him for Poirier, who trains where you live, right? Like
he's at sea level. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's at 7 feet, and Gaethje's up in Denver. So I think it does come into this handicap. And then another thing today at the weigh-ins, I mean, Gaethje didn't look great. He looked very sucked out, but Poirier looked good. So they're going to get counterbalanced maybe a little bit. But I'll kick to you. Like, who do you like in this fight in the rematch?
Man, I'm obvious. First of all, I got to say, this fight is – can you think of like a better fight?
No.
Like in the whole sport right now?
No. Number one. If you made me pick one fight, this would be it.
I think me as well. I think this is the one. When you watch a lot of Dustin Poirier's last few fights, his a 5-minute round he had with Michael Chandler felt like 15 minutes.
Yes.
Because there's just so much going on, so much activity, so many punches, so many big moments. And Gaethje's the same way. I'm using Chandler. When both these guys fought Chandler, the 15-minute fights seemed like 30 minutes minimum.
Dude, you could rotate Chandler, Gaethje, and Poirier. I mean, they're basically put on the same show every time they go out. They go out to bang, they hang in there. So yeah, I think the three of them are very similar, right, as far as the entertainment value.
Yes, definitely some of the most fun guys to watch in the sport. So Gaethje and Poirier have fought each other already. And Gaethje had some early success, and then Poirier poured it on late and, got the victory. People always say it's hard to beat someone twice, but it's also hard to beat someone who's already beat you. You know what I mean? So they kind of already, they have that confidence. They got, you know what I mean? I guess they've had your number. Even though every fighter, after you lose, you want to go fight the guy in the parking lot immediately after the fight. Every time I've lost, I felt that way.
It's funny when you see that. The other funny thing too is, Mick and Mike, you know this. We talked about this. I think during playoff football last year, we were putting the bets in over on 4 deep. That they always say in football, Mikey, that it's hard to beat a team 3 times, right? But then when you look up the numbers, the team that won the first 2 wins 73% of the time,
especially in that AFC Baltimore Pittsburgh rivalry.
Yeah, a lot of this is just bullshit that some fucking old guy said 50 years ago, and now that we have math, everyone's like, no, if you beat someone once, you're the favorite most likely the next time. I don't know if it's that hard to do it again.
Yeah, so with that, I'm going with Poirier. I think Mike brings up an excellent point about Gaethje training in elevation. This is a 5-round fight. So this fight starts getting into round 4 and 5.
You cut out for just a second, Mikey, but yeah, it's a 5-round fight.
Not as cute as the last.
Not as Zoolandery. Not as
cute as the last Frozen Frame, Mickey.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pick it up from there because he picked Poirier, and I think that the variables are swinging my opinion in the Gaethje fight, and particularly training in altitude for a 5-round fight versus a familiar opponent. I have been watching some Instagram stuff on Gaethje, talked to 2 people that actually either cross paths or trained with him, or one specifically watched the practice. I do think that's going to play in. And then there's another angle at play here of a fighter that's been there and, beat you. And Dustin has a ton of success right now with his hot sauce, made life-changing money ×2 in the McGregor fight. And now you got a hungry Gaethje who lost to you the first time, a big advantage in elevation and at an underdog price. So I'm going to have to bet Gaethje here just because of that spot. I may have passed or landed on Poirier if it was in Florida, but I just think with all the variables I mentioned, I have to side with Gaethje.
I'm actually, I guess I'm the tiebreaker here, and I don't fucking know. So I'm basically
Poirier is fucking good.
I'm rooting for Gaethje. Not that I don't like Poirier. I'm probably would bet Gaethje in this one just because of the main thing that you said there, Mike. This is one of my favorite things. Once these guys make life-changing money and start, I try to avoid them after that because there's just no way you could physically be as hungry. The difference is
no better than fighting Conor twice.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he lost to Oliveira, and then had the win over Chandler, which shows that maybe he's past it. But Chandler's kind of in a different spot.
I mean, Poirier's great. I mean, listen, he fought and beat up. These guys all fought everybody together, Oliveira, Chandler, Khabib, it was like a rotation of lightweights, each other,
I'm
Great fight.
actually going to bet this. I'm betting fight not to start round 5 minus 180. So I think this thing ends in the first 4 rounds. I know they can go to distance, but these two just beat the living shit out of each other for what Mickey said. Feels like 20 minutes per round. I think there's a high probability that one of these guys goes down at some point in the first 4 rounds. So
Wow.
not
I
to go.
got two $500 free bets. Let's go.
Thanks, Bill. Don't worry, we weren't doing a show here or anything.
I'm so happy.
Don't mind us. Whatever. You have anything else going on you want to share as we go back to our special guest that we brought in for the show?
No, Healy's got a nice bet.
Okay, good. Put him back on mute, please. So, Mick, do you think this? Mick, do you think this goes the distance? Do you think it ends early? What do you think?
Oof, I mean, they're both just such dogs that I even when Mike was talking about the cardio factor, the elevation factor, it's hard for me to imagine Poirier shying away in any way. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's possible, but it's also, man, I think that's a good bet, man. Probably not to go into the 5th round. I feel like the amount of damage these guys can do to each other in 3 rounds,
so much.
That's going to keep accumulating. I think that's a good bet.
And I think the elevation is the thing that pushed me over, right? I mean, you're not going to be as, there in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. So we'll see how this one goes. Mike, we got a great fucking card here, though. So kick to Mick on whatever fight next. Or Mickey, if you have a specific fight you want to talk about next, just drop it now, which I'll let you two run back and forth.
I was going to defer to Mickey and say, like we always start with, anybody here you fought or trained with, you know what I mean? Like physically. So I don't think you fought anybody on this card, correct?
Correct.
Have you trained with anybody?
I can't remember exactly. I know there's a guy early on in the card, Matt Semmelsberger,
right,
who had beat two of my teammates on like the regional scene coming up, and even with that, I like the kid. Like I like his style. He's like, he's a true martial artist. He's
I think
Mickey
Mickey
come out
again.
there. Mike, do you have a lean on that fight?
Well, yeah, I actually
Nick, if you can hear us, just log the camera off and back on. That's all you got to do.
I actually have a bet on that fight, but I'll just pick up where Mickey left off until he gets back. His 2 teammates that he's mentioning were Chris Gratalo and Rich Petishnock. Rich, you met Tommy at Mickey's affair, Richie Petishnock.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He actually fought Justin Gaethje as well.
That was the guy at the end we were talking to, right?
Yeah, and he actually fought Justin Gaethje as well. But to Mickey's point, Semmelsberger knocked out both of them. But I like violence in this spot. I have a violence parlay. Where's my boy Hoffman? I got a violence parlay, and this fight is one of them. So Matthew Semmelsberger, semi the Jedi, 3 knockdowns in 1 fight, knockdowns in all the fights. Very tough. And something else to note here is Joris Medic, his opponent, is coming up a weight class from 155 as a late notice replacement. And he also has 100% finishing rate in all 9 of his fights. So all 8 wins are inside the distance, and he has been submitted in his loss. And I love the inside the distance in this fight as part of our parlay. Mickey, I told them Chris Gratalo and Petishnock were your 2 teammates, and I was waiting for you to get back. So
and by the way, Mick, we have a comment for you in the chat. Bill, you ready for this? The Fly says, respect to Mickey for calling in on location. Meanwhile, Joey Rackets couldn't be bothered. So our own co-host, Bill, is driving around, couldn't call. Mick's calling for the car. He's so dedicated because we brought him on here late.
Yeah, I figured if I crashed, that would have really went viral,
Well, listen, just do us this one favor. You know we love you and we don't want you to crash. But if you do, please make sure the camera's working because we do want the video from that for the virality of it. It won't be the same if it doesn't happen on video. So let's see if we got Mickey back. Do we have Mercy frozen again?
Frozen.
That's a better profile picture, though, Mike.
Yeah, I like number 1 was the best.
Yeah.
3 was the second.
You're back, Mick. No, you were back. Tell me just needs to flip the camera off. He doesn't need to log out and log back in.
That's what he's doing.
All right, just turn camera off and camera on. I think he's logging back in. So Mike, we'll just hold up for a second here. What do you know about Medic?
So Medic, like I said, 100% finish rate, all 8 wins, and his loss, and he's coming up in weight as a late notice replacement. And Semmelsberger is big, strong, and physical as it is. I like Semmelsberger in the fight. I believe is a big favorite.
What about like a crazy like Semmelsberger round 1 or something?
You know what? I got a violence parlay with 3 fights. So at plus money, I got plus 123 on Caesars. I text you, Evan. I bet it first on DraftKings at that plus 115. But if anybody has Caesars New Jersey or Caesars feed, I got the same parlay at 123, which will close out in a bit. But I just hit that first. It's the only bet I officially made is the one I'm going to release today.
Okay. All right.
But there's a lot of violence fights, Tommy. And I got a plus 850 prop to be released tomorrow for a first round knockout.
Subscribers only. Get over to 4deepbets.com. Number 4deepbets.com. Name change coming, by the way, on the site. So be prepared for that. But for right now, it's 4deepbets.com. Promo code VIP20. Get in there. Get Mike's picks. Get Mike's show. Let's fuck.
I guess I'll keep going through the bet until Mickey gets back. So
run
the
through
first leg, the first leg of the violence parlay is that fight inside the distance, Semmelsberger versus Medic. And now the second fight, second play is going to be Jake Matthews versus Darius Flowers. Now this is 100% going to factor into altitude. We have Darius Flowers, who's huge for the division and has gassed in multiple fights. He either starts you in the first round or historically gets finished. Now factor in the fact that you're at altitude and he's already gassing at the end of round 1 and 2 as it is. Major power in his hands and actually good takedown defense. I see this fight definitely finishing inside the distance, either by Flowers knockout or Matthews submission. If you like the Matthews sub, you can get it at like plus 220. Flowers knockout is like plus 3, plus like 300, 400 round props. But I love this fight inside the distance. So that's the second leg of the parlay. And then to close out our violence parlay, it's a no-brainer. Derek the Black Beast Lewis and Mark.
Black Beast.
Yeah, and DeLima. So you got 2 max limit heavyweights fighting at altitude that
they might pass out by the third round.
Finishing rate, and Lewis in particular, hasn't seen the third round.
Mike, let me not cut you off while Mick's here. Mick, you got better service?
Yeah, I'm inside now. I'm
All
back.
right, cool. All right, Mike, finish that off, and then we'll kick to Mick.
So, the inside the distance on that fight closes out my violence parlay. It's at plus money, 115 on DraftKings, 123 on Caesars. And I'll recap it at the end. But
all right, so Mick, let's run through. Do you have any fights that you want to talk about? Or you want to run through a couple of the main ones and you give your opinion?
I do have a couple.
All right, let's
hit it. I was actually, could you start from the bottom of the card?
Yeah, so we got Maverick Cachoeira. We got Semmelsberger, who you just said. I don't think you gave your play on Semmelsberger. Do you like
Yeah,
Semmelsberger?
It seems like they're hot on the kid he's fighting, but he's coming up a weight class.
Uh-huh.
I was, how hot they were on him. I wanted I was hoping Semmelsberger was going to be the underdog, but the line, he's not an underdog, correct?
Right,
No.
right. Semmelsberger's minus 200, so it's playable more in a
2 to
parlay
1.
than a straight. Yeah.
All right. I guess
If you like do you think Semmelsberger finishes him? Because Mike likes the under on this. Mike thinks this fight's not going to go to distance. So if you wanted Semmelsberger by finish, it's only minus 105, so it's even money.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if I'm being honest, maybe I wouldn't touch that one.
All right, so if you want, you can just take him and add him to a parlay. So I'll put that to the side because I'm going to parlay him. So let me do that. Minus 210. All right, next fight on the list here. Let me just run through you. Next fight, we got the Vergara Salvador fight. Then we got Matthews Flowers.
Okay.
One?
That one, I think Flowers is filling in on super short notice.
Mike, is that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jake Matthews. I think Matthews sometimes is hot as cold. I've seen him, not look so awesome and then also look spectacular at times. But I feel like I just got a feeling Matthews is going to run away with this one.
Well, here's where we go, Mick. We got Matthews minus 260. We got Semmelsberger minus 220. We could parlay them together, both to win for plus 105. What do you think of that? You don't want to parlay it, do you?
I don't want to do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm putting it out.
Put
it on my name.
Do it. But if it don't go right,
Mick? If it loses, I'll take it on me. If it wins, I'm going to put it on you.
We don't promote our losses here anyway.
Yeah, Bill Rupp. We don't promote our losses. Don't worry. Yeah, if we lose, no one ever finds out. They'll just hear me yell if we win. All right, next fight here. We got Kopylov Ribeiro. Anything there?
Nah.
Black Beast versus Marcos DeLima.
I feel like there's one before that. Is there a guy like Bonfim?
There's the Giles versus Bonfim, which is coming up after that. Yeah.
So all right, that's main card.
Second fight in the main card.
All right. So we'll touch on Black Beast first. I am I'm in on Black Beast.
Okay.
I think
There you go.
the
Plus
dude's fighting-
190 there too. So you got good odds.
Yeah, De Lima is, he's tough. He's real good. Used to be a 205er. Now he's up a heavyweight. I think Derek Lewis, he had been injured. I know I think he had mismanaged a lot of his weight cuts in the past. He was talking about having to cut 25 pounds last day and passing out. I think he's ready to, get back on track. So I kind of like Black Beast here. What do you think, Mike?
Plus 190.
I have this fight inside the distance, and of course at altitude, two gigantic heavyweights that are cutting weight with massive power and life-altering power. And Black Beast hasn't seen that third round in his last 3 fights. 2 quick knockouts. He did look great today at weigh-ins, and he almost had a 6-pack. So complete different body version.
Wow.
Yeah, Black Beast.
All right, check that out.
Technically-wise, obviously Derek Lewis has fight-stopping power. De Lima has the advantage in wrestling. Most likely submissions, as well as a very good leg kicking game. And he can turn it up pretty fast with combos when he has his opponents hurt. But either way, I don't see this fight probably getting out of the first, maybe most likely the second, but definitely not going to the judges' scorecard. So I bet Mickey this fight inside the distance.
I was just going to say, Mike, I like the Mickey side on Derek Lewis here because in these slugfests that are only going to last a round, I want the plus money.
One thing to note, too, is that De Lima is the fighter that got, from the minute it opened, as an underdog, I believe it was, bet the most. He took 58% line action. He's the largest line movement this week from opening till now. So
hold on.
Pouring in on De Lima.
Is this the last fight on the ESPN card before they go to pay-per-view?
This is no, second to last.
Wow, this isn't on the main card?
No.
And it's not the end of
crazy.
It's not the last fight on the free card?
Heavy. No, I mean, I personally would have put it there over Ferguson and Bobby Green. Arguably,
why would they not?
I don't know.
Anyway,
it's wild. The Black Beast on the prelims, huh?
Not even on the prelims, Mick. He's not even the final fight on the prelims to lead into the pay-per-view. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Well, the next fight that leads in is who Mickey mentioned earlier, who deservedly 14-0, all 14 fights by finish, Gabriel Bonfim. You want to take Bonfim fighting Giles?
So actually yesterday on the Slick and Thick show,
Slick and Thick podcast. Everyone, make sure you go download, subscribe, support the Slick and Thick podcast. Mickey Gall and my dude Gerard, they fucking crush it over there. They talk UFC, they talk dating, they talk conspiracy, anything that comes up, sports. Get over there, download, subscribe. Really do it. It's a great podcast. I'm not just saying that because we're boys with Mickey and Gerard. It's a really good podcast. I only listen to 3, and that's one of them. So get over there and check out the Slick and Thick podcast. Follow it on all social media. Mickey, back to you.
Thank you. Well, so on
Slick and Thick.
There
you go, Constantino. Hold on. You see it, Constantino. Attaboy.
So on Slick and Thick, we do mixed picks. And then on Stay Cashin, we do Gall's calls.
That's right. Did you think of either of them, or did Gerard think of one and I thought of it?
That was Gerard and the other one was you.
That was Gerard. What a life you have. Just getting fanned by...
I said mixed picks initially.
Yeah, they already had
I said mixed picks. Tommy said Gall's calls. Gerard, I said it on tape. Evan, roll the tape back.
All right, hit it, Mickey.
I'm going to let G know that that's your intellectual property.
I have it on film.
But look, I always say I'm not good at calling these fights.
Meanwhile, you're hitting 90% of them. Yeah, okay.
And I'm over 80% on Slick and Thick.
Exactly.
So I'm doing all right. But we have Vicente Luque on yesterday, and so Mike, we were talking about you a little bit, talking about the old AMA days.
Oh, that's cool.
Because that's how me and Vicente became acquainted. We were both 19 years old. Before both of us were in the UFC, we had talked about both that we're both going to get there when we were teenagers. So it was cool.
Great memories.
Great memories. But so Vicente was a little biased. He was taking every Brazilian fighter.
Yeah, all right.
But he says this kid, Bonfim, he was the most emphatic about.
Yeah, he's special.
He trains with him and trained with him. I guess there's the Bonfim brothers. There's 2 of them.
Yep.
And I like that because brothers can push each other. They come up fighting each other and are tough. So I think, even though I think Bonfim's like a 3-1 favorite, I think that's from what the inside baseball I'm getting from Vicente is that's maybe even good value on him.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite bets of the week as well. I mean, like I said, 14-0, Mickey, all 14 wins inside the distance. And then even here at the UFC level, you know, he first round submission on Contender Series. Then he makes his UFC debut against Monir Lazez. You know, he's no slouch. 49 seconds he submitted him. I mean, he's special. So 11 submissions and 3 knockouts in his 14 wins. And
Is he an 85er?
In my opinion, he's the better of the two brothers, or, you know, more potential of the two. Would you say?
Is he an 85er?
This fight is at 170.
170, okay.
Yeah. Fighting Trevin Giles, who's been finished in all 4 of his losses, Mick. So I like Bonfim, and I like Bonfim inside the distance here.
Yeah, I like that as well.
All right, cool. So we can co-sign that, Tommy. We got a co-sign. We got a co-sign bet here. Me and Mickey are both on Bonfim inside the distance.
Oh, let's go. Hold on. What's the line on that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's minus 150, I believe.
All right, write that down. Done. All
and
right,
again,
cool.
That's only on one of the books. I look at like 5 usually,
Yeah,
but that was earlier when I looked.
Holland Chiesa. What do you think? Chiesa's still got it or no?
I'm going Chiesa in this fight.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I think Chiesa's a smarter fighter, has more tools. I think Holland like hits hard, is long, he does things well, but I think he has more holes. That if Chiesa's on his game, he can expose, and I can see Chiesa winning a decision, you know, out grappling him. I always love to go back to this from Mike, is where Holland could win the moments, but Chiesa should win the minutes. You know, he should be able to get his wrestling going, and, you know, should be able to expose the holes in Holland's game.
Did you talk to Luque about this? Didn't Luque fight one of these two recently?
Yeah, and he agrees with the sentiment. He thinks Chiesa over Holland as well.
What did he fight? He fought Chiesa, right?
Yeah, he finished Chiesa.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
I got to go against Mick here, and my initial read is Chiesa because I want to believe it's Chiesa that I know and love and remember, right? But you got to kind of look at where they're at in their career. Chiesa's on the desk for ESPN. He's been commenting on it.
Yeah,
0-2 his last 2 fights. Sean Brady toyed with him, and I actually bet Chiesa in that fight, and I love Sean Brady, and I know how good he is. I may have even bet Chiesa against Luque, but he just hasn't been the same. Kevin Holland's 5 years younger, 6-inch reach advantage, 3 inches taller, and he's been exposed by bigger, stronger wrestlers, Derek Brunson, Marvin Vettori. And although Chiesa's got decent wrestling, good back taking, high-level jiu-jitsu, I just don't think he's where he was for the Chiesa that I remember. And Holland's training like an animal, getting better, very athletic. I think he's going to hurt Chiesa with knees to the body. I'm going to make a specific call on that. I've been watching him train, and he's throwing real tricky knees to the body, Mick, like going into the clinch, breaking the clinch with like a knee. And I could just see maybe Chiesa going to grab for one of those takedowns and getting caught with like a knee to the body. So it's bold proclamation. But I'm siding with no official bet yet, but I'm siding with Holland here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that call. I had similar trepidations about what we saw
Look
from
at
Chiesa
you
recently.
with the big SAT words. Who said people who get punched in the face aren't smart?
Yeah. Thanks.
Nobody said that, Tommy. Who fucking said that?
I say that all the time.
But yeah, I think I hear where you're coming from. So it's not one that I'm overly confident in.
Yeah.
There's honestly, I'm not very confident in almost any pick except for Bonfim.
Bonfim, buddy. Bonfim.
Yeah. This is a great card, though, Mick, because I think we were talking about it the other day when we were on the phone. They match make the fuck out of this card. I mean, these are some great matchmaking here. A lot of times you get some big names on these cards, but it's not really the greatest match. If this isn't fireworks, if this card disappoints, I will be absolutely fucking floored with the names they have on here. I'm actually going to side with Mike here, shockingly. Me and Mike love to disagree and fight, but I'm actually going to side with it. I'm a little bit worried about Chiesa being in the booth. That does worry me, Mike. You know I like my little niches.
And he talked about it at the press conference.
Yeah,
too,
I'm a little worried
that
about
was the
people
nail in the coffin for me.
once they start getting out of that killer game. But the big thing for me was Holland. I mean, if you look at his losses, I mean, there's some fucking gangsters, dude. Stephen Thompson, Cosmot, Vettori, Brunson. These aren't bad losses, you know. So The Ponzinibbio fight made me believe Holland isn't done. So small stab here, but I'll probably lay off it since you guys disagree.
Yeah, I mean the height, reach, age, speed, power, and
Kevin Holland, whenever I
is
bet
a little
against him,
brittle at this point too. I know he had some bad injuries at some different points, you know, and I see him being more stiff. And I just think that those knees. I mean, Evan, put that on tape just in case we happen to get nailed.
It's on there. It's on there.
I'm seeing that. I'm seeing it.
All right, I'm probably gonna no play it though, since you guys disagree. Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson. I have a play that I know I'm going on this. Mike, you probably know where I'm going on this, but Mick, let's start with you. Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. What do you like?
I think Ferguson's due.
Ooh, okay.
I think Ferguson's due, and yeah, I love Bobby Green. I think he's a stud. He's a gangster. I like the way he fights. I'm going Ferguson.
I mean, this is one of those fights, Mike. You're talking like 7-8 straight losses between these two guys. I mean, Ferguson's a guy I've been fading like.
No, I think Bobby Green's coming off some wins, right?
Is he?
No, two losses.
Yeah,
two
no,
losses.
he lost to Dober,
but
one of them was Makhachev, so
right.
you got to
no contest against Jared Gordon for the headbutt.
Right.
I think he,
right.
But the Makhachev fight, you crossed that off. No one's beaten Makhachev. So if you take Makhachev out, he beat Iaquinta and Harsbach and lost to Dober. But Mike, where are you sitting on this?
You know what? Both of these fighters have changed. I mean, historically, I would be on Tony Ferguson, but he is 0-5 his last 5, and there are against top shelf opponents, but he just also didn't look the same. However, he had a good showing, you know, in his last time out, and I have a sneaky suspicion on Ferguson here. I mean, the rightful side should be Bobby Green at this stage of the career, good boxing, good takedown defense. I just have a sneaky feeling that this could be like an ugly fight, split decision. So I don't really have an official pick. But my logic is Bobby Green, just at these points in their career, but I won't be betting it.
I got a play here, Mick. I want to know if you like it. I'm actually going inside the distance on this fight. I think Ferguson's got something to prove in this fight. And if he is back, he's got to come out and make a statement this week against Bobby Green. And I think he's going to try to make that statement regardless. And I think Ferguson either gets caught or hurt or he gets the finish. So I'm actually going to go under, Mike. I'm going to go inside the distance -118 on this.
It's tough. But I mean, you know, I don't hate it, but Bobby Green's not a finisher.
Yeah.
You know, starting with that, they both train in California. Altitude shouldn't be the problem, but it's only a 3-round fight. So I could see Bobby Green playing that defensive wrestling, pick him apart with technical boxing for 3 rounds, and having one of those fights where Bobby Green throws 100 punches, Ferguson throws 114 punches, and we go to the judges' scorecards.
I could see it. The logic would be, if you talked to me 2 years ago, I would definitely say over. I think these guys both are at a point coming off a lot of losses. They're going to make a statement. So I think they're going to go balls to the wall. Mick, you think this goes to the bell or no?
Man, it's tough, bro. It's tough. I'm gonna say no.
Okay, thank you.
I like that
altitude too, buddy. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
anything in altitude. I just bet the unders. I bet the unders,
right?
all Colorado and Utah cards. I bet.
It's got to factor in.
What's the other one, guys? Mike and Mick. What's the other? There's an international location that they fight at that's at altitude too. Is
Mexico City occasionally?
Yeah, Mexico City. Yeah, Mexico City.
Mexico City, Denver, Salt Lake City.
I know Denver and Utah. Yeah, but I think Mexico City was the other one. This is an interesting fight here. There, Pereira versus fucking Wonder Boy. I mean, I have no fucking idea, so I'm leaning Pereira, but Mick, let's start with you. What are you looking at here?
I'm leaning Pereira. I'm not even gonna try.
I know it is
well.
Pereira. I don't like when people say the Spanish name in Spanish because I'm not gonna say my name.
Not Spanish. It's fucking Brazilian.
Brazilian, whatever. It's all Mike.
My wife will stab
Mike.
me.
Anything
Tommy's
that's not
Tommy's like same difference.
It's all the same shit. Chinese, Japanese. Yeah, it's all the same thing.
That's actually a good fight, you versus Vanessa.
Yeah. No, Vanessa would kick my ass. But I just like saying Pereira. But I like him here. I like Pereira here, Mike. You have an Mick. You're on that. What's the reason, Mick, why you like Pereira here? It's obviously always tough to bet against Wonder Boy because he's so fucking technical and he could drive you crazy when you bet against him.
Yeah, I think I think it's gonna be. This is another really exciting fight. I think this one, this could steal fight of the night just with these two guys. And their skill sets. I think, Pereira seems big, and I think, I like the chaos that he brings to the game. I think Wonder Boy's vulnerable to leg kicks. If he gets those going early, I think that could be I think that'd be smart for him to employ that in his game plan. But I feel like a little bit more like it's Pereira's time. He's on the climb. And Wonder Boy, class act, one of the best. I think he's a future Hall of Famer. But I just got a feeling that he's kind of. It's almost like a passing of the guard of one of the most exciting fighters in the division.
Yeah, and Mike, we know with Thompson, obviously Wonder Boy, you need someone who's going to attack him, right, and going to be aggressive towards him to really make it a fireworks fight. Because Wonder Boy is more of a kind of technical sit back, wants to work off what you're doing. Do you think this is the right matchup to get that fucking fireworks?
Honestly, technically on paper, the matchup favors Wonder Boy. Two strikers, right? Pereira is a capoeira stylist, but he does fight at length from the outside, which favors the Wonder Boy style, lead leg, side kicks, etc. And surprisingly so, Mick. Like, even looking at Wonder Boy, his last fight, he went into the fourth round versus Kevin Holland, who we all just talked about, and then knocked him out. That's in his last fight.
Right.
And then the two before that, he went the distance in decision losses to Bilal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns. So he's still hanging in there. And then right before that, he beat Jeff Neal and Vicente Luque. So he's still performing. I do favor Pereira. So I like the Pereira side. He did miss weight today, guys, by 4 pounds. Fighter. So that weight loss miss at altitude. Again,
interesting.
Right? Yeah, very interesting. But Stephen Thompson's not a finisher, so I don't think Thompson's going to finish Pereira unless Pereira is completely gassed, which he has gassed in one previous UFC fight, dancing to the octagon, if you remember, Tommy. So it could be a boring at-distance kickboxing match, which I fear. But if Pereira hurts him and is the more physical, aggressive wrestler and doesn't gas, I would see Pereira winning.
Okay, so final calls, Mickey?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Pereira. A lot of great points. I don't think Wonder Boy has fallen off or anything. I just think my gut feeling is Pereira.
I'm on Pereira, man. I think Pereira's, he's on a heater right now. I do think Wonder Boy is not the same Wonder Boy from, the Rory McDonald fucking Hendricks days, but it's enough for me to go Pereira. Mike?
Tonight, 7 o'clock is the ceremonial weigh-in, so I want to see how Pereira looks and how he put the weight back on after such a big miss, before I make an official pick.
Sometimes those are intentional.
But I like
misses.
Pereira, guys. My initial read is Pereira DFS. I'm on Pereira with a full fade on Stephen Thompson because even when he wins, like I said, he doesn't score well. Unless Pereira completely gasses, but that would be late in the third. And if they don't have many strikes leading up to it, so I'm kind of fading Thompson either way.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
One of you guys just said that could be intentional.
Yeah, I think it's intentional.
I tend to favor the guy who missed weight.
Yes, me too.
Yes, I think he didn't put that extra work in, and I think that if you look at the numbers, a lot of times the guys who miss weight tend to win more.
Well, let me ask you guys this real quick. I know we're a little overtime here, so we'll be quick on the last fight here. But I think I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? So everything I do comes from some backwards fucking backdoor angle is what I would do to kind of zig.
Underground tunnels.
That's it. Underground tunnels with children, Michael. What are you fixing that
with
thermostat?
cribs?
You get a little hot in there, Mikey?
Or
you get a little cool because you shit all that weight. I actually, in this fight, this is such a big card, and he's fighting so high up on the card that I wouldn't even give a shit about the purse as much as making sure I have a great performance and get the win on a card like this, which might break. I mean, we could be talking record-breaking, card here as far as performance, viewers, stuff like that. So that's why I kind of think he misses there. But does he have a weight problem normally, Mike? Do you know?
Not a weight problem. He's
I've
massive
never heard him
for the
miss
division,
weight, though,
but he has a
right?
gassing problem. He has gas tank issues.
So that might be why, yeah. I mean,
hey, guys, just like the altitude affects the fight, it really affects the weight cut because your body's out of sorts at altitude, and maybe you can't push as hard as the cardio, or your body's not recovering fast enough, right, Mick? I mean, that's got to
it could be
weight cut as well.
I wish I could know.
And there was multiple fighters, guys, that miss weight, but one of them looked horrific, and neither of us had a bet on it. But this Salvador, I mean, he looked absolutely horrific, which puts me on Vergara. Yeah.
I think it's such the altitude is such a big variable on this card, and every card where there's altitude, and that the fact that he failed in the pre-part, it could be indicative of him not having the cardio. It could be him feeling the altitude, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that does put a little bit of a question mark on Pereira.
I want to believe
still
it was
going with him.
intentional. I want to believe it was intentional. I would miss weight on a card like this. I think for branding purposes, a win over Wonder Boy on a card like
Yeah, but
this.
your body's different, Tom. You sweat. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
body's amazing. I mean,
intentional meaning that maybe to fight camp pulled the plug. Like I would do that as a coach sometimes. If
he couldn't get there, right? Yeah,
You know,
I'm not saying he went into the fight knowing to miss, but if he wasn't close, it's like don't grind yourself down and be
it
half-assed.
happens. Your body stops sweating sometimes.
The next fight, we're gonna go right back to the same name, final fight, Pereira, except a different Pereira here. We got Alex Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz. Mickey Gall, what do we like here? Big Jan versus Alex Pereira.
So, you know, I like Pereira a lot. I like his team. Another AMA alum, Plinio Cruz, is always out rocking with him. And, you know, trains with Glover Teixeira, future Hall of Famer. But it pains me. I like Jan in the fight. I like Jan. I remember, it's actually funny. I remember on a couple of fight weeks I had in the past with LJ Raboli and Dorian Price. They were kind of like not shitting on Jan, but just didn't think he'd be all that he became. So it's kind of like an inside joke between us. It's hard to go against that Polish power. We saw Izzy out wrestle Pereira, and we saw out wrestle Alex Pereira, and we saw Jan out wrestle Izzy. So if we're using MMA math, I think you know, a smart game plan for Jan would be he should have been wrestling all camp.
Fuck the shit out of him. Yeah.
I think that's his easiest path to victory. If he employs that, I think you know, I see it for Jan.
That's so funny.
It could be a finish too. He could you know, get him in a position where he's
throwing
ground and pound.
Put him to sleep. Yeah.
It's funny, just a accumulation stoppage. You know.
Yeah, of course, 100%. I mean, Mike, I looked at this kind of the same way Mickey just said, where I think if Jan does the right thing and just wrestle fucks him and just tries to, you know, stay close to him, take him to the ground, I like this Jan Blachowicz by points plus 350. And I think if it doesn't happen, I like Pereira by knockout. So I'm actually might bet both. I might bet Pereira by knockout plus 200 and Blachowicz by points plus 350. Is that? I know you don't do that. You don't like to kind of middle that thing, but how do you see this going?
I mean, the logical bet is Jan Blachowicz. I mean, you know, Mickey touched on, you know, about the paths to victory and whatnot, but yeah, Jan's definitely a dominant wrestler and jiu-jitsu guy. And interestingly enough, the roadmap to beat Jan is to be a bigger, more physical and better wrestler and grappler. And that's the case with Pereira's coach, Gleiber Teixeira. He can tell Pereira to do that game plan, but can he physically do it? No.
I don't know if he can.
Blachowicz can also strike with Pereira, as crazy as that sounds. I mean, he just had a great fight against Ankalaev. He's got that head in the Polish power, like Mickey said. And, of course, he has got hit a lot. If he decides to go in there and kickbox, he can get flamed and lose. I think it's too big of a fight, and he's a former champion, and he has the tools to win and wrestle. And the best wrestler that Pereira faced was Michelidis, who kind of like put it on him in the wrestling department. Pereira could make bounds fast, but think about this too, Mickey. Pereira was such a world champion kickboxer for so long and never even dreaming of wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And even though he's getting a master class now, how hard is it for him to catch up and be able to say out-wrestle Blachowicz? I would say it's zero chance, right? Maybe defend a couple takedowns is a good chance, but he's most likely going to be taken down. And then if he's put flat on his back, I'm sure they drilled it, you know, with Teixeira, and maybe has a trick or two. And if he gets up, but then if Blachowicz takes him down that second time, I don't think he gets up again.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jan's wrestling really should be the dominant factor in this fight.
I think honestly, and this is the last fight, and we'll wrap up here. By the way, thank you for the donation in the chat there. Who is that? City Pizza. I'm 51 minutes behind, but here's my money because this is a golden arguing. I guess that was me and Bill were screaming at each other. Bill should wear a heart rate monitor, live tweets during the show.
Bill's in the trainer's office. He's got a fucking ace wrap on his knee.
He's a fucking disaster. He just set my whole TVs up. He just set up 4 TVs in my living room.
There's another donation too from Anthony Zora.
That's Anjo.
He donated $10 for the Ritter Fund, and tell them.
Let's
to follow
go,
him.
Desmond Ritter Fund. By the way, Constantino, have you seen my Ritter collection? These are all my Desmond Ritter cards.
Did you get them already? I saw a picture the other day in the chat.
57 of them. I make it rain on myself.
You're gonna do a wall, you said,
I'm
right?
gonna fucking have a stripper pole and just have
You're gonna do a wall?
throw cards at me as I fucking strip. I'm doing a wall. I'm doing a whole wall. I'm gonna have Mickey's face in the middle, and then fucking Desmond Ritter all around it.
It's a good face.
It's a
Look
good
at this.
fucking face.
Look at this. You know you made it when you're on the back of a t-shirt like this.
I mean,
Hey.
what's better? What's better? What's
I mean,
better?
come on now.
I mean, come
I'll
on.
show you what's better.
No, definitely not. So I think, Mike, for DFS, last thing on this, I think both of these guys, I don't know what the prices are on Blachowicz and Pereira. I'm assuming they're like the same because the fight's minus 115 and they usually price them around 7K or whatever. I think you got to finish in line here potentially, but I think both of these guys are potential for DFS because I think if Alex wins, it's a head kick and a fucking knockout in the first couple rounds. And if Blachowicz wins, you're probably going to get 5 takedowns and accrue points over the course of 4 or 5 rounds. So I think both these guys are probably going to score on DraftKings. I wouldn't stack them.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one argument. First off, you nailed it with the price point. It's 8,200, 8,000, the most evenly lined. However, one step above and below them is the main event with Poirier Gaethje, which is the only 5-round fight on the card.
You got to stack that card.
And I can see a scenario where they score one scores well and the other doesn't, and what you're talking about, but both can kind of score well in the main event. So I'll be more owned there. But in a scenario where Blachowicz does what we all just said he's going to do, take him down and control him, Pereira's not going to be able to score points. So that would lead to
you got to pick a
Blachowicz
side. Yeah, you got to pick a side. I think the way I would play this, in DraftKings, I would play Gaethje and Poirier. I'd stack that fucking main event fight. Just hope it goes to the wall. Hope it goes 4 rounds with those two beating the fucking brains out of each other's ears. And then I would put one lineup with Blachowicz, hoping for a 5-round rinse repeat fucking takedown event. And one fight, I'd put Pereira in the other one, hoping for a flash head kick knockout in the second round, and getting that 100 points there. So that would be my piece. We are overtime. We are done, but it was worth it because we had the great Mickey Gall on with us and a much slimmer, sexier Mike Constantino. Mike, are you tanning? Are you going to the tanning salon?
No.
You're lying.
I
know you're not going outside.
He's Italian. It's the summer.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm tanner than him all the time.
I take my coffee in the mornings outside.
You have been tanning. You GTL'd.
It's called having fucking kids and going to kick a soccer ball in a park.
Yeah,
it's dad shit. It's the dad
After
life.
you two set me up on the Slick and Thick podcast to bash the Jersey Shore, and then I meet fucking Behemoth Roger.
Nobody
3
set
days
you up.
later.
You were a wild stallion, and Mickey and Gerard are trying to pull you back.
Fucking assholes, both of you. But Slick Mick the ruler, baby. I'm going to see you soon. You're going to be up here. Me, you, Mike will be going out for drinks and talking about some big things that we're going to be filling every in on shortly, probably in October. The 3 of us have some big monstrous things that we are going to be presenting to you, and you will want to be involved, and you will be able to be involved. But since
Mickey
Bill
does
Rupp,
Medellin, and here
Mickey
comes Tommy, and along comes Tommy.
And along comes Tommy, blow off hookers' asses in Colombia. Let's do final words here. Evan Hand, we lost Bill Rupp. I told him he could leave because he looked pretty bored. The heart rot, the Bill rate fucking boredom meter was impeccable.
Oh, he's heckling you in the chat. Just so
I don't give a fuck. I don't listen to that.
He left to heckle you. He limped off set.
He's the third guy from the left on the evolutionary chart. The one whose knuckles are barely off the ground. Do you think I care what he says?
I love when he makes fun of you. It's great.
So Evan,
I'm
final
teaming up on that one.
Fuck her up. Evan, final words for you.
Sammy Bosa in the chat, when Bill was still here, said, LOL, Bill looks like he's on timeout. So that's when I put the meter up there. But rigged.
Rigged. All right. Constantino, final words.
Altitude. A lot of violence tomorrow.
Altitude. Bet the unders. Bet the unders. I'm going to try and rustle up some stats over the next couple of days on the performance of the unders. But
you only got one day because the fight's tomorrow. You have less than 24 hours.
That is true. That is true. And I'm not going to do it anyway. So I just said that to look cool because you're never going to hold me accountable to anything I say because I just say a bunch of random shit. And I'm already drinking moonshine. You like this glass, Mick? I can get you a couple of these Grey Goose glasses. Look at that.
That's cool.
That's a Grey Goose bottle as a glass.
Bill can make that. I saw that hack on TikTok.
Fucking Bill's retarded. Mickey Gall.
I bet he has a shop. Does Bill have a shop like where you can go make things?
Bill
He has an Etsy.
I mean, he should. He should.
Tinkers in the
He should have an
garage.
Etsy, a TikTok
Also,
shop.
next week's schedule, Tommy. What, you guys going to be on Twitter?
I don't know. Why are you gone?
Yes, you've known this for a month now.
I don't listen to any of you. You understand that? I live in a fucking blender. I need a 37-hour day to keep up. Are you gone the whole week or just
Whole
for like
week.
2 days?
Whole week.
Whole week?
Whole week.
Am I paying you for that week?
You tell
I am,
me.
aren't I? Fuck. All right, good. Have fun with your girl. Mickey Gall, final words.
Final words. Love you guys. Big kiss. Looking forward to seeing you in a week.
That's right. We'll be here. Mick will be up. We'll all be hanging out. For Bill Rupp, Joey Rackets, hopefully getting rained out in Baltimore, watching the fucking Yankee game. Evan Hand, Mickey Gall, Mike Constantino. I am Tommy G. Get signed up for the Mayhem Drafts in Vegas. Get signed up for 4 Deep Bets. And make sure you go subscribe right now. Don't fucking just say it. Don't just hear me. Go hit the subscribe button on the Slick and Thick podcast immediately, you fucking losers. Good luck. Stay cashin', motherfuckers.
Let's
go!